Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. Well, you joined me down at the storage yard and spring has sprung. So it's time to get the caravan ready. Today's a little tinkering video, a couple of little confessions to make, especially one big one, which is very important and something that you may need to check yourself. Also, we're going to be removing the cover. So with that in mind, I've read a lot online. Oh, you don't want to get one of those. It'll scratch it, it'll damage it, it'll do this. So we're going to take it off and I'm going to show you around the van and let's see what it looks like underneath. So with that in mind, let's get this cover off now. Okay, so that's the cover off and yes, it's looking rather clean underneath. And the reason why it's looking rather clean underneath is because I cleaned it before I put the cover on. And that's the secret to looking after it and using a cover properly. We'll have a wander around the van now and take a look at it, see if there's any scratches that people say it causes, or it's just as it was when I put it away. So let's grab the camera now and have a look round. Okay, so here's the front. No scratches there. Let's do a side profile. Let's have a look down the side. The windows are looking good. Yep, nothing wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with them. So it looks as clean as it did when I put it away. Let's have a look on the other side as well. Okay. No issues there. I think you'll agree. It looks very clean. So look at the profile of the window. Can't see any scratches on there. Okay, so there's our camera still in situ. Could you see any damage, marks or scratches to it that could have been caused by the cover? No. So I would consider that myth busted. No matter what cover you use and what make, if you strap it down properly and it doesn't get caught in the wind and rip, then it's going to look after your caravan and it isn't going to cause any damage. So I highly recommend one for next season should you wish to be considering it. Let's move on to the next thing. Okay, so first confession. I broke the battery tray. This is a new one. What it was, during the winter months, I needed to come down. I tested the battery and it was a little low, so I took it home to trickle charge it. It was raining, and in my haste, I actually dropped the battery and the actual tray, causing the tray to crack. Now, these trays are important. You need to get one. If you've got a new to you Caravan and it's just sitting inside here, then I would highly recommend you get one. And the reason why is lead acid batteries can leak over a period of time, especially if they're very old or they're faulty. This will collect any acid and it will prevent the Caravan from being damaged. So if you haven't got one of these, I highly recommend you do get one. Got this off Amazon, it was about 20 quid. It took forever to come, so be patient, but nonetheless, I got one. So we're going to be swapping it over today. So let me put my glasses on. Now, in order to do this, you're going to need either a 13mm socket or you're going to need a 13mm spanner. Now, you should have a retaining strap like that to stop the battery sliding around. So you want to release this as much as you possibly can and give it some slack. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to pull the battery forward, but we're going to keep the strap on because we don't want it to do what I did, which was drop it and crack it. And we're now going to remove the actual terminals. Now, once you've undone it on both sides, you might have to lever these out. Now, be very careful because you don't want to damage the terminals or the connections while you're doing so. So just going to have a wriggle, see if it'll come off, and if not, I'll just go and get a screwdriver or use this to wedge it up. Nope, it's going to have to be a screwdriver. I'll be back in a minute. So I've got my screwdriver. You're going to have to be very careful with this because your battery's still live. But if you can get one off and move it out the way, that would be a lot easier. There we go. We've got the live off, which is good. Now we can just work on removing the other one, which is very stiff. Just going to open the terminals a little bit. That's better. There we go. So we've got that off now. So carefully push them to the back, preferably behind the actual battery itself for now. And now we're going to undo the strap. So let's just undo that now. Now try not to pull it off because there's a bugger to thread through. Taking hold of the handles of the battery, I'm going to slide it out. There we go. You can see what I mean. These are heavy. It's one of the things I don't like the lead acid batteries for. They absolutely weigh a ton. Let's just move my key out the way. Okay, so we've got that out the way now. We can swap them over. So see what I mean? Totally shot. So that can go in the bin. Now it says on this one, actually, because this is the original, it says battery tray must be fitted at all times. And they're right, and that's for the reasons I explained. Now, word of warning, make sure you've got one that fits. You don't want one that's slightly oversized, that's potentially for a motorhome. You want one for a caravan. So measure it before you actually do order it. Now the hard part is actually fitting it in, because this is really, really heavy. Try and get it on the edge, like so. Not get everything trapped in, so make sure that your strapping is sorted, and you've also got your battery terminals lifted up. Lift them over the top and then gently slide it in. Like so. Bit of a tight fit, that one. But nonetheless, it's in. So now what we want to do is take our battery terminals, bring them forward. That's it. Okay, so we've got that in now, it's nice and snug. So we can now reconnect our battery terminals. Now with the battery terminals, make sure that you've got them so you can actually reach the bolts. Otherwise, you'll have a hard time tightening them up. Just got our socket. Now if you've got any additional wires like I have attached, make sure that you don't snag those and break them. This is for my rear view camera, these thin wires. So okay, so we've got that nice and tight now. So we've got our battery in, we're happy with it, and now we can tighten our strap up. There we go. Pop that inside there, out the way. There we go. Probably get a bit more tightness on that, yes. And that's going nowhere. And we're ready for the season. Now a top tip, if you've got a motor mover and you've got the key like so, then what I've done, I've put it on some nylon cord, I've attached it round the strap housing there, and when I'm not using it, I just tuck it inside there like that. Nice and neat, it's out the way, and I don't lose it. Okay, so confession number 2, and this one is a very serious and important one, and that is the carbon monoxide alarm. Carbon monoxide alarms, certainly ones with fitted batteries, do have a sell-by date, and they're not to be used after that particular period of time. I forgot about ours. I've been telling you all, check these, make sure they work, everything's fine. Now ours still works, however, on the side it does say replace after 7 years. The Caravan is just slid over into its 8th year by a few months, so we're just out of the 7-year period. So I was horrified and a bit annoyed with myself, to be honest. So I went out, I've purchased a new one and I've fitted it. So this one can go in the recycling now. Remember, check your alarms, but also check if there's an expiry date, and if there is, get them replaced. Well folks, that was a short little tinkering video just to get us into the new season. I didn't want to show you a preparation for the new season because I've done that before, and I will leave a link to them videos below so you can check those out. But with this one, it was about protecting the Caravan really, and protecting yourselves with the carbon monoxide alarm. Was a little disappointed with myself that I missed out on that one, because like I said, I do go on about them and they are important. Again, the battery tray, it is something that you want to consider if you don't have one, because if your battery does leak, it could seriously damage the Caravan, and you don't want that. The Caravan's nice and clean inside because Phil's been through it, give it a good clean, and we're ready to go out in a few days' time. We're booked onto a site to do a full week's worth of filming, making various videos for you, and we're really looking forward to showing you those throughout the season. Well, it's time for a brew now, so thank you very much for watching. I do hope you'll join us again real soon, but in the meantime, bye for now.